It's against this backdrop of a more assertive China that British Prime Minister Keir Starmer announced bold military plans to bring the UK to what he described as war-fighting readiness. He's building 12 new attack submarines, investing billions in weapons and expanding the nuclear-powered submarine fleet. Here was Keir Starmer today.
Things have changed. In the world of today, the front line, if you like, is here. The threat we now face is more serious, more immediate, and more unpredictable than at any time since the Cold War.
Now, interestingly, a UK defence expert, Malcolm Chalmers, said that Britain's commitment to build more submarines was not a hedge against total US disengagement, but it can provide some assurance against a scenario in which the US is no longer prepared to export complete submarines to Australia. Now, this is an important British investment, and it's bizarre our Prime Minister isn't taking the same attitude during this volatile period in global politics. And it comes as new details now emerge of the stunning Ukrainian operation on Russia that hit 41 aircraft. It's like something out of a spy movie. The top-secret operation, codenamed Spiderweb, was said to be 18 months in the making. Ukraine smuggled drones in decoy trucks, driven some 3,400 kilometres through Russia by unsuspecting Russians who had no idea what they were transporting. And the drones were then remotely detonated. General Jack Keane said it was a remarkable operation that reminds him of the Israeli exploding pages targeting Hezbollah.
The operation is brilliant because the Ukrainians contracted Russian drivers. They drove the trucks. No Ukrainians involved. They contracted Russian containers. They assembled those Russian containers inside of Russia. We can't verify that they were using actually Russian component parts to do that assembly. And there were Russian trucks involved in all of that. There were no Ukrainians involved in the operation on the ground once the trucks left the area where they were assembled.
This was a brilliantly executed ambush. And the actual hit was, of course, successful, but the psychological impact as well will linger far longer. There'll be suspicion over every Russian truck, and enemy military resources will be diverted to examining both drivers and their cargo. But it's also showcased just how effective the use of drones can be. It's a revolution in warfare. As the New York Post writer Rich Lowry pointed out, a badly outmanned and outgunned country just reached far inside its adversary's territory to destroy or damage hugely expensive nuclear-capable strategic aircraft with low-cost drones basically indistinguishable from ones available on Amazon. There's also concern now about how our enemies could be planning to use low-cost drone technology in the future. And this is a lesson for all of us. Lowry goes on to say that whoever takes the technological leap ahead in war-fighting capability often prevails, while the laggard is left to contemplate his castle reduced to rubble or his fleet sent to the bottom of the ocean. We've seen it now with both Israel and Ukraine. Innovation in warfare and the element of surprise on unsuspecting targets can have astonishing and deeply impressive results. But we need to keep pace with technology. Albanese can't rest on Scott Morrison's laurels and wait for submarines to turn up in some 15 years' time. And as for Russia and Ukraine, with the war raging on, Trump's peace talks are looking weaker and more doomed to fail each passing day. This strike was Zelensky sending a message to the world that he's not giving up and he's in this to win.